Hey guys, it is Miss Haun. I am here again from my backyard. I wanted to jump on real quick and give you a little bit of some information about what I have done to help prepare you as you start distance learning tomorrow. I do want to remind you that it is optional. However, all that has been put into place for you is stuff that is going to be helpful for you in reviewing the materials that you already know and making sure that you stay on track with what we would be doing in school already. So if you've got some time, go ahead and jump on. It shouldn't take you the whole day, shouldn't take you half the day, as long as you're sitting there and you're getting going on it. So go ahead, log on, see what it's all about, and at least try day one tomorrow and see if you are going to be able to do it for the rest of the week. I know that you can, as long as you put your mind to it. I've thrown in a couple of brain breaks and things to help you get up and moving while you are working so that you're not about to lose your mind. So yeah, jump on tomorrow and let's make this a good time together of distance learning and making the best out of the situation that we can. So I have a couple of things I want to talk to you about, and I've got them written down over here so I don't forget anything. So first of all, I wanted to remind you parents that tomorrow is Parent-Teacher Conferences. I do not have my list from when we were supposed to have conferences before all of this started to know who signed up for conferences. I left that at school and we've not been given access to come back into the building at this point. So if you would like a conference tomorrow, I can do that via phone call, I can do an email, I can do a dojo message, whatever works best for you. But I'm going to leave that in your court. I'm not going to try to call all 23, 24 of you and nobody answer or us not really have anything to talk about. So what I want you to do is I want you to right now pause this video, message me on Dojo if you would like to have a conference tomorrow. I can do a phone, email, Dojo, whatever's best for you. And I'll get a schedule made and send out what time is going to be the best time for me to call you. If there's a specific time that works best for you, let me know. Conference times are from 3 to 6:30 tomorrow evening, and I am available that whole time. So if you would like a conference, definitely send me a message now and let me know that. The second thing I wanted to talk to you about, you should have received an call from Mrs. Ford and Mrs. Marable this morning or this afternoon sometime regarding checking out devices and also picking up printed packets. So I know some of you have contacted me about needing to get printed packets. I've dropped a couple of those off in some mailboxes for you because I wasn't exactly sure what the district or the school's plan was for those. So I am more than happy to print those off for you if you let me know. But the school does have them available to print, already have them printed off for you at the school ready to pick up. So here's the thing, there are lots of particularities about how they want you to come to the school to check out materials. So you can check out devices or you can get packets for your children. If you want a device or packet, they are going to be at the school on Mondays and Tuesdays from 9 to 11 and on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3. They want you to pull up to the front just like you would if you were doing drop off in the mornings in the closest lane to the building, one lane of cars. You're going to roll your passenger side window down. You will show your child's car tag or your state ID, and someone, the administrators or a tech coach, will come around, get your name, your child's name, and they will get you either the device or the packets that you need. There is only going to be one device given per family. So if you have 2 or 3 kids that are in elementary school at Blackman Elementary, you will only be getting one device. So make sure you know that before you go into that. Sorry, the sun's getting in me. Second of all, the packets. They have already printed the math, the science, the ELA packets at the school. So if you would like a printed copy of the packets, go ahead and ask for one of those as well, and just make sure you tell them what grade your child or children are in, and they will get those for you. There is a form that I posted on Class Dojo, and I think I sent that out in a messenger earlier, that if you are checking out a device, they ask that you fill out that form ahead of time. That form gives all the details about protocols for checking out devices and making sure that you understand that if the device is damaged and all this stuff that you would have to pay for, it's basically like a a agreement policy to use devices. So make sure you go on there, fill that out. They'll have your name on the sheet, and that's how they will check that out to you. If you haven't done it when you go to pick it up, they will require that you fill out a paper one before you leave. So then the next thing I want to talk to you about is learning plans for tomorrow. So what I have done is I've created a PowerPoint that has everything for ELA included in the PowerPoint for the whole week. I'm currently trying to get this massive file to upload onto my website. If it doesn't upload as one whole week, I will go through and fix it so that it's one per day. I wanted to make it one per week, so it was only one thing you had to download, but the file seems to be too big. So you can find that on my website. My website is misshaunsclassroom.org. You can go online, find my website. At the very top, there are a couple of tabs. One says home, one says about the teacher maybe, and then the third one will say COVID-19 learning plans or something like that. When you click on the COVID-19 learning plan, it's going to take you to a generic page. It's going to tell you the same information that's on the county website. If you hover over that link, it'll drop down and have a drop down menu that'll say week 1, week 2, and week 3. When you click on week 1, I have embedded into my website the learning plans that are listed on the county's websites for ELA, math, and science. You are only going to find ELA materials from me in the PowerPoint that I'm uploading, which will also be on that week 1 page. In that, I've copied and pasted everything that's in the packets. So if your child has a packet and they're working along with the packet, that's great. If not, I've told them in the PowerPoints to get a piece of paper, open up a Word document, whatever they need to do to record their answers. When they're recording answers, this is what's going to be really interesting, and we haven't really worked out all the kinks, so we're not really sure what we're doing with this yet. But the best thing that I can figure out at this point is that at the end of each day or at the end of the week, if you want to email me pictures of their work, then that's how I will give feedback on it. Remember, it's not graded, so anything they turn in is just for feedback purposes, for me to go through and talk to them about what they did and how they did on their work that they turned in. On the PowerPoint, I've added brain breaks, I've added language lessons, I've added some writing prompts, I've added in places where I want them to go to iReady, places where I want them to go to Moby Max, different things in there to get them out of just the normal reading stuff that the county has required. Remember, it's all optional, so if you get halfway through it and you're exhausted, push it to the next day, do it later. I would encourage you to do it in order because they all kind of sequence together. So if you can't do it on Tuesday but you did it on Monday, then on Wednesday when you pick back up, start with Tuesday's stuff so that you don't get it all jumbled up and mixed. On the PowerPoint, I did want to point out we do have iReady for reading. So kids, you know that when you go onto Clever and you click on iReady, there's usually a tab that says reading or math. Now you can click on the reading one. It's really great. There's games, there's lessons, everything like reading, or everything like math, but it's for reading. So I'm really excited you guys get the opportunity to use that. Sorry guys. Another thing that I've added that I'm going to be doing every day with you guys on the PowerPoint is a read aloud. I've chosen the book, The One and Only Ivan. Some of you may have read that already. If you have, great. That's fine. You can reread it again with me, or you can skip those slides when we get to it. But I know that a lot of you don't have any more library books because you've read them all and we're not allowed to check out anymore. So if you want to read a book with me, The One and Only Ivan is on there. It's the first thing at the beginning of every day's lesson, so there's 4 different readings of it, and we'll finish this book throughout the next 3 weeks, and then if we're out longer, then we'll start a new book, and if we're back together, we'll start another book when we get all together after April 24th. The next thing I wanted to say about the PowerPoint is that I have recorded myself talking to you throughout the PowerPoint. So if you will click and make the PowerPoint full screen like you're watching the PowerPoint and you're clicking through the slides, when you click to the next slide, you'll automatically hear me start talking. So make sure that you have that set up that way. If there's a little speaker box, the speaker box tells you that there's someone that's speaking to you, which would be me. So make sure you have your volume turned up or you have headphones in so you can hear that. A lot of it's just directions to make sure you understand what's going on. But I wanted that to be there so that if you needed assistance or you weren't sure, maybe I answered that in a voiceover. I also read aloud the texts to you that were provided so that if you weren't sure of a word or if you just wanted to listen to it instead of reading it out loud, then you could do that. I also have some students that need read alouds for them, so that's on there also so that they can have it read aloud to them instead of having to read through those words themselves. The last thing I wanted to talk to you about is some accommodations. So part of the reasons we can't require that this work be turned in or graded is because some of you have 504s, IEPs, some of you are ESL, so you have individual learning plans. So it makes it really hard for us to individualize all of these lessons for each and every student online. So what I want you to do, if you are in Tier 2 or Tier 3, I want you to make sure that you go on to Miss Gonzalez's page for reading or Miss Thomas's page for math RTI. They have some stuff listed on their web pages. You can find those under the staff directory on the Blackman website, and you can look at what they have posted. Also, if you're on their class dojos, check there as well. I've been in contact with ESL teachers. They are posting things on Dojo and on their class web pages that you can also find on the directory page. So if you need anything more for your students to do, or if you have any questions about something and you would feel more comfortable asking them, then be sure to do that. If you know that your child struggles with reading and you want to give them a book to read, look online at some Storyline online. Try to go to an online library and look for some books that way so that they can continue reading at home, because that's going to be the best help they can get in this time at home, is just to continue reading, continue practicing those skills that maybe they struggle at a little bit. So I think that's it. This is a long video and I'm sorry, but I wanted to make sure that you knew everything that was going to happen tomorrow. I am, again, like I said, working on getting that PowerPoint uploaded. Hopefully it'll work, because I don't want to go through all the work of splitting it up into the next 4 days. Oh, that's what else. Friday is Good Friday, so we would not have had school, so there is no work on Friday scheduled. So that means that if you want to spread your stuff out a little bit longer and work on Friday, that's fine. If you want to do it all early, you can do it all early, but I want to let you know that there's nothing scheduled for Friday because it is Good Friday and it's a holiday that we would have already been out of school. So that's it. If you have any questions, leave it on the comment here, message me privately. Whatever you need to do to get in touch with me is fine. I'm still checking emails too, so if you want to email, I can go that way too. But yeah, again, if you want a conference, message me right now and let me know so that I can schedule that and plan for that tomorrow evening. I hope that you guys have had a great day. It's beautiful outside. I hope that you've enjoyed some warm weather this week. I know it's supposed to be raining this coming week a couple of days, so hopefully it won't rain too much where we can still get outside and enjoy this pretty weather. But anyway, I hope that you enjoy being home with your family, that you're spending some extra time at home, maybe sleeping in a little bit, and not driving your parents absolutely crazy. I do want to remind you that I am checking MobyMax, iReady, Brain Pop, all of those things, and I'm going to be making sure that you guys are working. We have to track who is logging on and who is not, so I am looking for that. So if you are on iReady or if you're on MobyMax and you have a question about something, you can message me on those platforms and I'll answer that as well. But yeah, I hope that you guys are ready to get going. I am, and it'll be great. See you guys later.